Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade, and well, this one will be my guide for ZEKVIR double question marks. I'll be doing it on a fresh retribution paladin with only the basic Siren's Isles gear and the cheapest consumables to show that it's accessible to everyone, even people that are just starting up in the season, since the achievement for the content will go away very soon. And well, with that being said, let's start with the guide. Okay guys, let's talk a little about the gear that we're going to be using for the encounter. So this is just the basic Siren's Isles gear, this is 584 item level, and the important part is that you can transform this gear into tier set bonus. So as soon as you get the gear, you can go to the catalyst and just get your 4 set. After that, the most important thing that we get from the Isle is the Circe Circlet. This thing is really powerful, and the gems are very easy to get. You can get them in around like half an hour if you just run around the Isle, you do the little events and all those things. So the gems that we're going to be using are the Stormbringer's Runic Citrine, the Phantom Dweller's Runic Citrine, and the Windsinger's Runic Citrine. All these gems have something in common, that they give us stats, and Retribution Paladins love stats. As for the trinkets that you can get in the Isle, the Runecaster Stormbound Rune I think is the better one for this encounter because it does the most damage in single target, and well, ZEKVIR is mostly a single target encounter. The other trinket is the Wayward's Bridal Lantern. This thing is really powerful, has strength, and gives you a bunch of extra critical strike. Just a really good trinket overall. And yeah, that's pretty much the gear that we're going to be using. Okay, now that we have our tier set bonuses, what consumables should we be using? So for our temporal consumables, we want to get a Flask of Tempered Mastery. For your weapon, you want to get Algari Mana Oil. For your food of choice, you want to get the Bellator's Bounty. This is just the cheapest food out there. You can get a hearty version of Bellator's Bounty that doesn't go even if you die, if you level up your cooking, but you should be fine with just the basic ones. After that, for your potion, your healing potion of choice, obviously Algari Healing Potion, and for your damage pot, you want to get some tempered potions that just give you a bunch of extra secondary stats. Now the next consumable is a bit more optional, and this is drums. As a red paladin, you don't have Lust, so you want to use these to just get a weaker version of that. The problem is they are pretty expensive, they are going for 900 gold each one of them, so for each attempt you're going to shell out almost 1k gold. So yeah, you can make by without them, but if you really need them, you can get them, Now for our permanent consumables, I'm just going to list the ones that are most indispensable, the ones that actually give you throughput, because the other ones, they give you some defensive benefits but are not that important. So for your rings, you want to get ring enchantments. I'm getting Glimmering Haste enchantment, which is the cheap version of this. You can get the radiant ones, which give you a lot more stats but are also a lot more expensive, and they cost like 3k per each enchantment, which is a lot, while these glimmering ones just cost 60 gold or something like that. So yeah, if you have the gold, get the expensive radiant ones, and if you don't, just get whatever, it's better than nothing. For your weapon, I'm gonna get Stormbolt Artistry, just gonna give me a decent amount of mastery on a proc. I'm getting rank 1s because, like I said before, if you have the gold, buy the max rank. If you're like me and this is like a fresh character, I'm just gonna use whatever I could. After that, you want to get the Stormbolt armor kit. I'm using rank 3s here. This is just gonna give you a decent amount of main stat and stamina, and this rank 3s cost almost the same as rank 2, so I just got rank 3. After that, you want to get for your chest Crystalline Radiance. This is just going to give you an extra amount of main stat. And yeah, those are the most indispensable consumables that you want before facing ZEKVIR. Now let's go into the talents. Okay guys, as far as talents, this is the build that I'm going to be recommending. So this is for the most part a single target build with some cleave elements added on. This is just because sometimes you are going to be tanking ZEKVIR near the egg, and it's nice to do damage to both targets. If you really want just single target, you can swap things like Blades of Vengeance and use Holy Flames instead, and remove Blessed Champion and put it into Judgment of Justice, or put it into Executioner's Will. That is going to give you just an extra added single target. Now on on the paladin side of the talent tree, we are going to take some utility in the form of mobility, you know, with things like lead a charge for that extra 3% movement speed. We're also taking blessed calling, so we have those blessings that are going to give us more movement speed as well. You know, blessing of freedom, blessing of protection, all those things are going to make you a lot faster. In this encounter is a lot of mobility needed. Obviously this is going to be a Templar build because that one fits the encounter better than Herald. And well, the build will be down in the description of the video. Okay, the last thing we have to talk about before we get into the ZEKVIR fight is the Brann setup. So first of all, you want healer Brann because he is pretty useful. He throws potions on the ground that you can use to heal yourself up, and he occasionally will dispel you, which is pretty useful. After that, you want for your combat curio the porcelain arrowhead idol. This is just going to make it so sometimes you have extra chances to critically strike your enemy. Very strong. After that, for your utility curio, you want the amorphous relic one. So when you enter combat, you have a chance to get massive, which gives you extra health and extra damage, or miniature, which reduces your size, gives you a lot of movement speed, and gives you a bunch of haste. Both effects are pretty useful. You know, both have survivability aspects of them. One gives you extra health, and the other one gives you extra movement, but both of them will increase your DPS substantially for this fight. If you are a fresh player, sadly you might not have these curios. If you don't have them, I recommend you guys to run some delves, you know, at lower levels to at least get basic versions of these relics. But yeah, that's pretty much all for the Brann setup. Now let's go into the fight. Okay guys, the ZEKVIR encounter. So this fight is mostly a marathon. There is no enrage timer, so you can take your time with him. You know, most of the things you have to remember is dodge everything, kill the egg, and kick the important casts. So first of all, the egg. The egg is going to be the most important thing in this fight. He's going to spawn that little egg, and you have to kill the thing, because if you don't do it, little spiderling will appear and will start spam casting a stun that will probably kill you. You know, it's not the end of the world if the spiderling appears with low health, but you do want to kill the little thing. You can't leave it alive. You don't have enough kicks to stop it all the time. So as you can see, we use our cooldown, first round of cooldowns at the start, and the second round appears just in time to finish this egg. And from now on, we're just going to save every cooldown that we have to kill the egg and just cleave down ZEKVIR slowly. You know, we're going to slowly cook him down. Okay, the other mechanics that are important is this one, regenerating carapace. That's a very strong heal that ZEKVIR does on himself. In phase 1 before 60%, it's a 10% heal, and whenever he's under 60%, it's a 25% heal that he does. So that's the only thing you do have to kick on this encounter as a Retribution Paladin, because the other casted ability doesn't really affect us at all, because we can just free them the slow off us. So remember, save your kick for the heal and use every single cooldown on the egg. So this is the cast that I was talking about. This spittle, you can just let it happen and just free them yourself. Remove the debuff instantly so you don't get slowed. And that's pretty much the whole fight, you know. The other abilities that he does is just don't stand in them. You know, he does 2 frontals. This one, that's a ground frontal, that's a one-shot. And then he does the white one, that is a frontal that drags you to him and then kills you. Literally everything is a one-shot. Even this circle, the fear circle, is also a one-shot, so you don't want to get hit by anything. We're doing what I said at the start, just using everything on the egg, and sometimes he's gonna do stuff around the egg so you can't hit it. Try to notice when your execution sentence is going to actually kill the egg. Maybe you can just stop hitting it, you know, and just let the execution sentence finish it off. Anyways, we're almost to the phase part, you know. He does that at 60%. We're just gonna have to deal with some mechanics here. If you have lower health, you're going to have a lot more of the egg phases, so just remember, literally save every cooldown for that egg. That's the only thing we have to manage. If you do that, you will kill this guy. So he's 63%. We have time to kill this egg with our cooldowns. It's kind of annoying to play with so little haste, especially on a fresh character, you know. But yeah, we get that egg down. Oh yeah, other mechanics that you have to remember is the mechanics of Brann. He drops a lot of those little potions on the ground. You do want to get them staggered, so you heal after every auto attack that ZEKVIR does to you, you know. But you do want to get all 3 of them, because they do give you a hot after you get those potions. So it's pretty good to just eat them all, you know. Other abilities that you want to press are your defensives. Obviously, you want to use your 1-minute defensives, you know, shield, not blessing protection, divine protection, everything, because sometimes ZEKVIR is just going to keep milling you down, and sometimes he takes a while before he does abilities. So this part was really scary. I got that heal at the last second. He was gonna get that 25% heal, but we managed to get it. I was a bit panicking because the egg was kind of far away from him. You do want to just try to drag him to the egg, you know, because sometimes he does it at frontal and then kills you because of that. Anyways, this is the second phase of ZEKVIR. The abilities that have changed are, well, basically his frontal still, everything is still one-shots you, but he also does this, unending spine. So he does swirlies, he stands there, and you have to dodge all the things. Depending on how you position yourself, you can actually use that to your advantage, because he's just sitting there, you know. Obviously, we still have the heal, you have to interrupt, the most high priority kick. And then he does this, when he does the white frontal, he spawns these portals where you don't want to be near them, because they do shoot between them. So just get away from those blue portals until you see a little white thing appear. After that, it's safe to be near them. Anyways, after that, he does this change. Instead of just doing the circle fear, there's going to be orbs that appear from him, and then outside you have to dodge them. The orbs are also a one-shot. So yeah, that's pretty much the fight now. We have some added stuff that we have to dodge, still want to kick the heal, and you still can freedom this mechanic, you know, the slow. You really, as a paladin, it's just incredible that we can just skip that thing and don't care about it. We're still saving every cooldown that we have for that egg, because it's really annoying if the little spiraling appears. The blue portals, we dodge them, just get away from them, and just try to keep doing as much damage as ZEKVIR as you can with your range abilities. So yeah, until this part, that's basically the dance of the fight. You also have your important defensive cooldowns as a paladin. You know, you have lay on hands, you have bubble. You can use those things if you see yourself in grave danger, you know. I think I used bubble once in this fight, kind of at the end, and lay on hands I actually misused because it's not this is my horde character, you know, and it doesn't have my my macros. So I don't have my mouse over macros. I wanted to heal Brann because the guy just gets hit by everything and dies sometimes, which is very annoying. As you can see hit there, he's gonna do the frontal thing. The blue portals appear. I try to hit the egg as much as possible, let the execution sentence finish him off. There you can see Brann is almost dead, you know, and he's gonna die, I think, here. So now I want to heal the guy, you know, and I think I try to, like, yeah, I try to mouse over lay on hands him, but sadly this character doesn't have all my macros set up for mouse over things. So I just end up using lay on hands and wasting it on myself. Anyways, the ZEKVIR is almost dead, 25%. We're just gonna use our own healing to survive these things. Listen to freedom the spittle, kick the thing, use all our cooldowns on the egg. At this point, it's just a matter of patience. ZEKVIR is going to die slowly but surely. Don't get desperate, don't do anything risky, just save CDs for the egg and you are going to win. We're just dodging things, healing with whatever we can. We are a bit squishy since our item level is pretty low. We're just a fresh character. Literally bought the gear today when we're doing the ZEKVIR fight. Remember to dodge the circle, but watch where those orbs are pointing to. You don't want to get hit by anything. Everything is a one-shot, especially at low levels. I think you can survive if you're like 630 something, but still, you don't want to get hit. There's another egg. Let's do the kick first. And yeah, let's use everything we have on that egg. Still getting all those little potions from Brann. Just trying to do as much damage as we can while still being safe. You know, I think those circ portals just shoot once and then they don't do anything, but just to be safe, I don't get close to them if they're there, you know, just to be safe. Brann dies again, so there's no potions for a while. I gotta heal myself like crazy. And at this point, I think I'm just gonna ignore mechanics and use bubble, you know. Yeah, just bubble, ignore mechanics, kill ZEKVIR. And well guys, that's the ZEKVIR fight. So this has a lot of moving parts. You gotta dodge a lot. You also have to micromanage kicks and all those things. But as long as you remember the most important part, which is save every single cooldown for the egg, you should be fine. You know, you don't have to rush it. It's not a race, it's a marathon. So remember, kill egg, kick heel, dodge everything. That's pretty much it. And that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and it was useful. And if it did help, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching, everyone.